morning of August 22nd, 2020, a 911 call came in from 10630 Beechnut Street in Houston, Texas. It was a parent's worst nightmare. A mother called to report that her 2-year-old daughter had been abducted.
How mad do you have to make your own mom to have her ask the judge to sterilize you?
Mom had to be held tightly. Sahara Ervin inconsolable at the thought that her baby girl may have been found dead in Bray's Bayou. Ervin sharing the last few words between her and little Malia.
Mama, I love you. I thought I was gonna be right, man.
Ervin's boyfriend, Travion Thompson, was crying as he described the little girl he says became his daughter.
She was smart. She was growing up to be something. We called and they found the baby. Oh my goodness.
Houston Police Department and Texas EquiSearch were both on scene. Police Chief Art Acevedo doing his best to assure loved ones justice would be served.
If Ciera had only unalived Raheem, that would have been bad enough. But to do it all so coldly and callously in front of your toddler daughter, well, that's extra evil.
We, the family, asked the court to sterilize Ciera Harp to prevent any more children being born. We also asked for the highest punishment of life without.
Do not leave your kid unattended, no matter how long you think or if she's gonna be okay. Don't do it.
Ask for the highest punishment of life without parole.
This was Ciera's own mother.
Envious nature took control and you murdered Raheem for moving on without you. You repeatedly hurt the family, our family, and all the people who ever tried to help you.
It was a harsh lecture from a hurt mom who claimed to have tried to help her daughter for years.
So when I went over there and I saw the apartment, talked with neighbors, learned a few things. Also learned that on the day that the baby came up missing, that they were here at the store after late in the night, and that the baby was at home by itself. That's a serious issue. That the baby was not here with them late that night before they made the 911 call about the baby being abducted. More responsible parenting.
All those who loved her. As she listened to her mom, Ciera cussed her. Yep, no conscience or remorse there.
You reveled in disrespect, foolery, and ignorance. Wherever you went, chaos and trouble were sure to follow.
Ciera was sentenced to 125 years behind bars. That's just another way of saying she will die in prison.
Drained. I've been looking for her for 24 hours. He should have took me. He should have took me. He should have took me.
And they have the nerve to get on Facebook and bash me and my girlfriend like we did something. And that's my baby. She know her ABCs. She know her 1, 2, 3. She know her colors. She only 2. She know how to sew very well because of us, me and my girl. She was smart. She was growing up to be something.
When was the last time you saw her? Yesterday?
The last time I saw her was with my gal before my gal put her in the park. She came and gave me a hug and told me she loved me. This is her routine every day. My mama could tell you that she loves me. This is her routine to tell me she loves me, hug me. And I sit here and play the game. She come for me, you know, we eat and everything. That's the only reason why my gal came in the house is to fix us something to eat because we haven't ate. So I called her and told her in 5 minutes. It was only 5 minutes. It happened so fast. She was gone.
It's the cruel people out here in this world. It's some horrible people. Horrible. About nobody but theyself. Watch y'all kids. Lock y'all doors.
Ciera apologized to Geraldine and asked the judge for leniency.
And I throw myself at the mercy of the court I truly apologize and I'm very sorry.
But was she apologizing out of remorse or because she was hoping for a lighter sentence?
Neighbors are already piling up soft toys and balloons to shower the 2-year-old with the attention and love they say she always deserved.
She a sweet little girl. Like, her smile is big. She beautiful. She a happy baby. These people, if they didn't want that baby, call the daddy in Dallas, come get your child. Take it to the fire station because they keep switching stories. Come correct. Tell us what y'all did to this lady.
It was Ciera who gave them the passcode, believing the officers just needed one last minor thing to close the case. Raheem had recorded his own murder, and Ciera gave the detectives what they needed to arrest her. The first video on Raheem's phone, dated December 29th, showed Raheem in the bathroom with his face covered in red. He told the Mirror that Ciera had done this to him. He said he was in extreme pain and could not believe the mother of his child had done this. Ciera could also be heard screaming from another room. Then the video captured the first bullet Ciera shot into Raheem, with the latter falling and dropping the phone into the floor. But the phone kept recording. The detectives could see Ciera enter the bathroom and yell at Raheem. That was not all. She was wearing shorts and her legs were unscathed. Yep, unscathed. That means she did not have to defend herself. She made those marks afterward to cover for herself. There was something else that she did to cover for herself. When she noticed the phone on the floor recording everything, Ciera stopped the camera. Then she started another recording.
I moved away from the violence to get her in a better place. That's not even my baby. But I took the responsibility and they took it from me. And they took it from me. They took it from me. I don't know if she get all the way up here. We don't even live over here.
The camera. Then she started another recording, claiming that for the entire 4 years of their situationship, Raheem had been a monster partner to her. Raheem was still alive and could be heard telling Ciera not to do this. He warned her she would go to prison for the rest of her life. Ciera's response? Ciera fired several more shots. With his last ounce of power, Raheem said he was going to die. Then he asked Ciera for some water. His last words were, "Can I hug my daughter?" Ciera replied, "You can crawl to her, motherfucker." Then Ciera fired into his head 2 more times.
Because I want to hurt both of them. I just wish that I could have seen something. Maybe I could have intervened. Maybe I could have said, let us stay here with me for a little bit, until y'all figure things out. And all this time, it was just a bunch of
drugs. It don't matter if you was on booze, if you was going through something, that doesn't give you a right to take your anger or anything out on a child. So you deserve to rot in jail. You don't deserve to get out. You deserve life for killing that baby. You and that man. She just X'd me out of the picture after she got the dude. They never showed up at her funeral, and I invited them. They wanted me, and she couldn't get me. You never know what was going through the baby head, and you just start beating on her.
Man, do you have to make your own mom to have her ask the judge to sterilize you?
On December 29th, Raheem's neighbor phoned 911. Ciera and Angel were at her place with Ciera bleeding profusely. She was in such a hysterical state that she could hardly piece a few words together. When the officers arrived at the neighbor's place, they found Ciera with multiple jag marks on her legs, screaming, crying, and holding her little girl like she was scared for their life. The neighbor told the officers everything: Ciera's name, age, and what had happened. The neighbor said that Ciera's co-parenting partner, Raheem, was probably responsible for this. She also said that she did not know where Raheem was, as Ciera was in too shocked a state to tell her. Within minutes, the officers rushed to Raheem and Ciera's home, hoping to arrest him for DV. Instead, they found him dead, the victim of an even more violent attack than—
Make this make sense. If you go to Google and type in "my wife is yelling at me," the first thing that pops up is going to be a prompt telling you that you need to talk to her calmly, talk about how it makes you feel, right? Seems normal, right? But then if you go to Google and type in "my husband is yelling at me," boom, domestic violence. First thing that pops up. So it only counts as domestic violence when a man is yelling, but not when a woman is yelling? Make that make sense, because I'm confused.
Stop fucking with me, bitch. Keep fucking with me. Stop talking to me, bitch.
To all my young men who follow me, understand this. When you get with women like this, guess what you're doing? This is your future wife. This is what's raising your kids. This is how you want your kids to be around a mother? Think of that. Think of what kind of dynamic you would raise them into. Now let that sink in. I love y'all. I care about you guys. The suicide rate is 80%. And I actually care about men's mental health. You guys should too. When a woman's disrespecting you, calling out your name, getting in your face, being rude, leave. Deja ella en paz. There's nothing she could do for you. You can't fix her. She needs help that you cannot give her. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you sit there and you love somebody who doesn't love you back. I'm sorry to tell you that you are more deserving of love and you do not deserve this. But I am proud of you for posting this, and you are not shamed here, and I understand exactly what you're going through because I myself have been in a domestic violence situation, and this breaks my heart, dude. Any man dealing with abuse or anything like that, book a session with me.